Uzbekistan is one of the most affordable countries to travel in the world, and it has 5 UNESCO World Heritage Sites, out of which 4 are situated on the Silk Road. It has art, architecture, history, and culture. So if you like any of these things, Uzbekistan is just the right place for you. Hi, my name is Komal and I'm a travel content creator from India, and I have been traveling for 3 years now. Recently, I visited Uzbekistan for 7 days, and this video is going to be your ultimate guide to plan a perfect vacation. So subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, because I share travel videos every week. This is part 2 of the video where I'm going to share the perfect 5 days itinerary along with its cost breakup. In part 1, I shared things that you should know before planning a trip, जैसे कि flights, visa, SIM card, currency, what to pack, what apps to download, and so much more. So if you haven't watched part 1 yet, you can click on the I icon here to watch it. So now without further ado, let's get started. Let's talk about a perfect 5 days itinerary. On day 1, you're going to take a flight from Delhi or Bombay to Tashkent. Direct flight जो है वो Delhi या Bombay से ही available है. So you land in Tashkent and you get the basic stuff done. जैसे कि you get your immigration done, the baggage stuff, and then you step out of the airport. Now, when you reach your accommodation, one thing you have to remember is the check-in time for accommodation is 2 p.m. So you'll have to book your accommodation accordingly, because I made that silly mistake once, and I hope you don't. And I stayed at Elite Hotel in Tashkent. You can consider that, or you can do your own research for accommodation. Another thing you have to remember is make sure that you are getting some of your currency exchange at the airport. You can also get a local SIM card at the airport itself, and you can withdraw some money from the airport, because especially on weekends the withdrawal machines are empty, and you might get stuck in a situation you don't want to be in. And then you can explore the magic city of Tashkent. Magic city is like, you can say, a mini Disneyland, where there are shops and there are games, there's an aquarium, there are local cultural shows that are going over there. So it is a perfect evening thing to do, and you can also get your dinner done there itself. So that is going to be your day 0, day 1 sort of. Coming to day 2. On day 2, you take a train from Tashkent to Samarkand, and like I said, the check-in time is 2 p.m. So I would recommend taking a morning train instead of a night or evening train. It doesn't take a lot of time also. It is around 2 to 3 hours from Tashkent, and if you're taking a fast speed train, you might reach even early. So you reach Samarkand and try and stay in the old city area of Samarkand. From there, most of the attractions are going to be closer to you, and this is what you can do for the entire day. Your number 1 priority should be visiting Registan Square. Registan Square was so freaking beautiful, like all those Instagram pictures that we see, right? The moment we type Uzbekistan and वो सारी जो pictures निकल के आती है, that is Registan Square. Like, it's so gorgeous, and especially when the lights are out, it changes color every few minutes. The colors are changing, and it has a very different kind of architecture, and there are shops that are placed inside, and it is like the top main attraction of Samarkand. By the way, Samarkand is one of the top 5 UNESCO World Heritage Sites that I mentioned, and it is situated on the Silk Road. So yeah, you will be exploring a UNESCO World Heritage Site when you are going to be in Samarkand. And first thing is Registan Square. Number 2 that you can explore is the Ulugh Observatory. So it is not going to take much time, and everything is very near to each other, and you can use Yandex to reach from one location to another, and you can do the entire itinerary in one day itself. So you can go to the Ulugh Observatory. There is a small museum kind of thing, and then you can see the thing that he made. I don't know what it's called, I forgot the name, so you can actually see that. Number 3 that you can visit is Shahi Zinda. Shahi Zinda, oh my god, the most beautiful thing that I saw in entire Uzbekistan. I found it the most beautiful in terms of color, in terms of architecture, in terms of what it looked like. So beautiful. If you're looking to wear your best outfit in that one day for Uzbekistan, this should be the day where we are dressed the best. And it is going to take you half a day to explore Shahi Zinda, half a day to explore Registan Square. So I would recommend staying in Samarkand at least for 1.5 days, so that you can see everything properly, and better if you are staying for 2 days. So if you stay for 2 days, you can also explore Shiop Bazaar, where you can get the local things, and you can also go to Konigil village. So Konigil village has workshops and local architecture and local arty crafts in fact. But what I did not like that, although the village is properly built, but it is not functioning properly. So you can skip that if you don't have enough time. But Shiop Bazaar and Registan Square, Ulugh Beg Observatory, and Shahi Zinda. These four should be on your list. You can either do everything fast, या फिर you can stay there एकदम आराम से for 2 days and explore the entire city. And in terms of restaurant, I would suggest Dostana restaurant for Indian food and Old City Samarkand for Uzbek local food. And both these places serve vegetarian food as well. And I don't have non-vegetarian recommendations because I am not a non-vegetarian, so I cannot help you with that. Coming to day 4 or day 3, depending on how many days you are staying in Samarkand, you can take a morning train from Samarkand to Bukhara, which is going to take somewhere around 3 to 4 hours to reach. Even in terms of train, you have 3 options: first class, second class, and third class. Just make sure that you're booking an AC train. So you reach Bukhara, and like I mentioned, the check-in time is 2 p.m. So make sure that you take a morning train. I'll always recommend a morning train because I was getting stuck during the morning hours when I had nowhere to go because I reached early in the morning and my check-in time was 2 p.m. So you can save that time by taking a full night rest, reaching in the morning, checking in, freshening up, and then stepping out to explore. Now in Bukhara, try and stay near the old city. I stayed at Central Asia Hotel and I like the stay, but feel free to do your own research. And another thing is, most of the attractions in Bukhara is very near to each other. In fact, you don't even have to take a cab there. You can just walk and explore everything. So you can start your exploration with Arc of Bukhara. I'll add some videos over here to give you an idea what it looks like. It will take somewhere around 2.5 hours to explore Arc of Bukhara. From Arc of Bukhara, you can go to Poi Kalyan or Kalon Tower, and you can explore that. And there's a mosque there itself. You'll have to cover your head before you enter, so you can explore the mosque, get some really nice pictures. Kalon Tower, Poi Kalyan is very near to Arc of Bukhara. Walking distance, you can reach there and spend like 2 to 3 hours there. And just behind that, there are also a few madrasas that you can visit. So like I said, everything is walking distance. And even the Liabi House Square that you might have seen in some of the itineraries is very near, so you can explore the explore Bukhara in one day itself. Like the day that you have reached, you can start with Arc of Bukhara, you can go to Poi Kalyan and Kalon Tower, and then you can explore the market area. There you can buy souvenirs there, local crafts, clothes if you are interested in buying them, explore few madrasas, eat there at the restaurants there itself, and then you can take a stroll around the Liabi House Square and head back to your stay. So that is going to be your entire day for Bukhara. On day 5, we are going to head back to Tashkent. So you can take another morning train, and if you're interested, you can also take an evening train if you don't mind waiting for a few hours, or if you want to explore during the morning hours. So what you can do is take a train from Bukhara to Tashkent. Totally depends on you if you want to take a morning train or an evening train. And you reach Tashkent, and today you can explore the Minor Mosque. You can also explore the metro station of Tashkent. I would say that it is highly recommended, and don't miss the metro stations of Tashkent because first of all, it is one of the oldest metro stations of the world, and the way it has been constructed, like the architecture is so beautiful, it won't even seem like you are in a metro station in the first place. Every metro station is built differently, looks different, and there are chandeliers, and one of the metro station is made in a space theme. So every metro station has a theme associated with it, and I explored almost all the metro stations. It took me around 3 to 4 hours, and the best part is once you enter the metro station, you actually give around 13 rupees to enter the metro station, and then you can stay there for as long as you want. So that's really nice, and especially a good thing to do during the 1 p.m. to 4 p.m. time when the heat is really strong. So that is what you can do, and I'll attach a picture over here that will give you an idea of what metro stations to visit. Now I picked this picture out of a blog, but unfortunately I forgot the blog name, so the picture credits to whoever it belongs to. So yeah, and you can also visit Chorsu Bazaar. Chorsu Bazaar is like the biggest market of Uzbekistan, where you can find local crafts, souvenirs, clothes, traditional things, fruits, spices, everything, you name it, you'll find it there. And because you're going to leave the country the next day, today is the right day to shop and get your bags full before you leave the country, and get something for your loved ones back home as well. So you can visit Chorsu Bazaar, metro station, and the Minor Mosque, and that is going to conclude conclude your day in Tashkent. On day 6, you have to leave the country because you have already explored the beautiful country of Uzbekistan for 5-6 days, depending on you staying in Samarkand for one extra day or not. But it's going to be a beautiful week for you, amazing days, and then you can head back to your home country. And if you have 2 extra days to spare, you can actually visit Khiva as well. I couldn't visit because the heat was too strong for me, so I had to skip Khiva entirely. But when you are in Bukhara, you can actually explore Khiva for 2 days and then head back to Tashkent. So your entire itinerary have 2 more extra days, and if you are not visiting Khiva, your itinerary is for 5 to 6 days. So yeah, there you have your perfect 5 to 6 days Uzbekistan itinerary. I hope this was useful. Now coming to cost breakup. We'll start with flights. Flights will cost you somewhere around 25 to 30,000. Lekin I booked my flights for around 8,000, so it was very cheap for me. I don't know how, but I booked it for 8,000, 9,000. But now when I'm making this video, when I see the flights, it's 12,000 one side. So round trip flights is 25 to 30,000. So that is going to be the major chunk of your cost, because after this, once you land in the country, everything is going to be very affordable. Number 2 is SIM card. SIM card is going to cost you 730, 750 rupees for 60 GB data, and I booked one for Uztelcom SIM. Number 3 is visa. Visa is going to cost you 1,800. You can get an e-visa from the official website. I'll add the link in the description. Number 4 is accommodation. So your accommodation totally depends on what kind of stays you're booking, but I would still say that it will cost you somewhere around 1,000 to 2,000 per night for budget stays, and it can go as high as you want. But yeah, a decent stay, a private room will cost you around 2,000 to 2,500, a decent private room. So you can assume that for 5-6 days it is going to be 10,000 to 12,000. Talking about food, now vegetarian food options are very limited, and I don't have much idea about non-vegetarian, but as a vegetarian I was spending somewhere around 400 to 500 per meal, and that brings to 1,500 to 2,000 maximum per day, the food cost. So for 5 days it is going to be 10,000 to 15,000 max to max. That is going to be your food money. Talking about local transportation, you're going to rely heavily on trains over there to reach from one location to another. So I tried all 3 kind of trains: seater train, first class and second class. I traveled from Tashkent to Samarkand in a seater train, and it cost me 950 per person. From Samarkand to Bukhara, I booked a second class train which cost me 1,400, and while returning from Bukhara to Tashkent, I booked a first class train which cost me 2,400. So you can book according to your budget, and this is going to be your total train cost. And I would say, except for seater train, both the 2 trains are quite nice. Seater train did not work well for me because I did not turn on the AC, and it was really hot and I couldn't handle the heat. And if you are traveling inside the city, it is going to cost you 50 to 200 rupees max per ride, depending on the distance that you are traveling. So that is going to be your per ride cab calculation. Talking about activities and entry charges, so there are some entry charges that are associated with say Registan Square or Shahi Zinda, and some places are free of cost. So I'm going to attach a list over here along with its cost that will help you understand the activity cost as well. So the total cost for your 1 week Uzbekistan trip is going to come somewhere around 60 to 75,000. Truth be told, I only spent 45,000 in my entire Uzbekistan trip because of the cheaper flight tickets. So you can try your luck and check if you have cheaper flight tickets, because once you have landed in the country, everything is going to be really cheap. And yeah, this is the total cost breakdown. It totally depends on you if you are going to splurge or if you are going to try and save some money. If you're traveling in a group or if you're a couple, you're definitely going to spend a little less because the cost gets divided at a lot of places except for entry tickets. So yeah, that brings me to the end of this video. I hope you found this video useful. I have shared a perfect 5-6 days itinerary for your Uzbekistan trip, and in the first video I shared things that you should know before planning the trip. And if you like this video, make sure you hit the like button, subscribe to my channel, hit the bell notification to not miss an update, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.